Welcome, everyone, to this week's Carroll Worldwide, your local humor, satire, and current events podcast. I'm Dennis.
I'm Randy.
I'm Sherri.
All right.
I'm Sherri.
That's about as happy.
That's as happy as it's going to be for this entire episode.
It's an old bait and switch. So the first headline I misread, and I saw BBW Gunslinger, but it is BWW Gunslinger.
BBW Gunslinger.
So
either would work.
But one is not something that happened.
Right.
Buffalo Wild Wings had a person pull a gun. Hilarious.
Yeah, well.
Not hilarious.
Not funny.
It was an ex-employee, and the manager was pretty heroic in getting that employee with the gun outside, away from all the other patrons and employees, etc.
Yeah.
So hats off to that guy.
No, not a shooting.
No.
Which is good.
Just a brandishing?
Just a brandishing. I don't know if it was loaded or not, but clearly a no-no. Police found him in the bushes, found the gun disassembled, and now he's got 8 felony charges. So
8 felony charges. Wow.
Did you say a felony charge or 8?
8.
The number 8?
Yes.
Damn.
Wow.
As an aside, that is, regardless of his guilt or innocence, always expect to be overcharged. It's all a negotiation, right? The more they charge you with, you know,
you can will it down to something, right? Yeah.
Exactly. It's not, no, granted, I'm not sympathetic to this person that did that. I'm just saying, like, this is how things go. Which I guess we're already here. We're on justice and law. And Randy, there's some injustice in the legal system you were telling me that needs to be addressed.
Well, apparently the judges... Evidently, allegedly, the judges of the Westminster Court, Carroll County Court, hate women and children.
Well, okay, what is the actual thing that happened?
Judge Van Halen.
Is there really a Judge Van Halen?
No.
They have an album called Women and Children First. Do all the Carroll County judges hate women and children? That's the headline of this particular post. So I thought you could speak to that because I don't know what they're talking about. Traffic? Are they talking traffic? Family?
I'm sure
it must be family court.
I'm sure what happened is it's family court, custody, visitation, alimony, child support.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true. I mean, people get rulings they don't like. Everyone you have to realize you walk into the court with all this baggage and knowledge. The judge gets a 15-minute slice of your life and tries to figure it out. It's not a great system, right? Like how are they really going to know? Like there are probably great mothers that melt up on a witness stand and bad mothers that seem great on a witness stand, right? So like how is a judge supposed to figure that out? Even with experts, even with all this other stuff. So she probably got something she didn't like. So she's blaming women hating. We have a female circuit court judge, which we have not for ever, I think, until 2 or 3 years ago. So I don't know. I don't think there's anything particularly bad other than the fact someone wins and someone loses in American justice system. Maybe you don't like that system. There are other systems we could explore. But heretofore, no one's talked about going to an inquisitorial system or anything like that. So you got 2 sides, and they fight it out, and the judge figures it out. That's how it goes.
Judge Judy seems to get it figured out pretty quickly.
She's a terrible judge by any normal standard, but an entertaining television personality.
She's all, ba, ba, ba. I didn't ask you to talk. Ba, ba, ba. I do that, I get slapped.
Well, I mean, I don't know. If you were in Carroll County and you were a man, you wouldn't get slapped because they're
you do that to your wife, you get slapped.
They're anti-children over there, apparently.
Well, that's what Carroll County's all about.
Yeah, I mean, they're
we
really
do hate
just
kids,
in
though.
keeping with the
Carroll hates
entire
kids.
Community. Carroll hates kids.
There you go. Yeah, I tend to think that no one ends up happy in family cases because you're already there based on something that you don't want to be there for. And if you're, no one also wants to hear they lost because they did something stupid.
Well, and if you're lucky enough, you can resolve things in mediation before they even get to that.
And I don't know all the background here, but keep in mind that, like, if you're unrepresented and you get into this part, like, you basically are just going into the Wild West. The judge is going to listen to, like, a slam of facts that make no sense and try to make heads or tails of it, right? And a lot of times, unfortunately, that's people without the means to get expert advice, right?
Hilarious.
really funny stuff, Randy.
I hate this.
Your bullet points are really helping us out here.
God.
Taco Bell closed. So I have a personal Taco Bell anecdote. They closed, and everyone's like, oh, coronavirus. No, their registers shut down, I guess is what they said. Mm-hmm. There was some time when I was in that shopping center, and I was considering a Taco Bell run. I haven't had a Taco Bell at all during quarantine. Since quarantine.
The entire quarantine?
Yeah, nothing. I'm like, well, I could try Taco Bell again. I like myself taking a run for the border.
Chipotle's right around the corner, though.
I don't like Chipotle.
What?
No.
You'd pick Taco Bell over Chipotle?
I want real Mexican food, like at a real good Mexican restaurant.
You're picking either one of these over the several amazing restaurants
absolutely
in
not.
this town?
Not in that shopping center.
I go
no, not in that shopping center.
I go to Papa Joe's. I go to Cinco de Mayo. I go to
Del Huerto.
The Sun. What would you call it? The last or Joe call it that one time?
The Orchard. Of the Orchard.
Oh, of the Orchard, yeah.
Right. I go to Del Huerto.
There's a great one in...
Owings Mills has Mezcal I really like.
Finksburg? Are you thinking of Finksburg?
No, I'm not thinking of the one. I'm thinking of the one... That's
in Eldersburg?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm. I still haven't been to El Guacamole in Finksburg. Those are my preferred places. But sometimes you're just like, meh. Time to trash it up, right?
Yeah, yes.
Sometimes trash it up, right? Most times you drink something nice. Occasionally you're like, I haven't had a Schlitz in a while, right? Okay, Same thing.
Said no one ever.
Really?
I'll have Bud Light on occasion.
Oh my God, Dennis.
I will. If there's like some left over, I'll be like, let's do that. I'm always like, okay, this is why I don't do that. But anyway, so I was pulling into the line. This is like 3 weeks ago, and like the line's not moving. I'm like, oh, whatever. I'm not like bent out of shape, but I was about to get out of line if I could. And then one of the ladies runs out, and she's like, the registers are broken. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And she's like, oh yeah, and they're sparking everywhere. And I was like, well, that's an extra embellishment. Now I'm really interested in what's going on. And I left. So apparently these registers are a consistent problem.
Oh,
so it wasn't coronavirus, because I didn't read the comments.
No, it wasn't coronavirus. It's I've seen it. I've seen this happen in the flesh before.
They need a new POS system.
Their POS system is a POS.
It is.
Writes itself. It sounds like I think I don't work in restaurant service, but sparking is a bad thing.
I would be very concerned if that was happening at my place.
In general, I think your touch screens aren't supposed to spark.
Sparking is not good.
I think that's a good universal rule.
So someone posted on the Westminster online community. What did they say? I don't remember.
It was a plea to stop being mean to people who work in food service.
Yeah, it was just saying like
when they ask you to put your mask
on. This is the rule.
It was anybody, right?
Yeah, it was just out there to anybody. I think she may have been someone in the food service industry. I don't know for a fact that she was.
Right.
It wasn't part of her point. Her point was these people are just doing their jobs.
We're just doing our jobs.
And the comments were something I've never seen before. Maybe we have seen this before. It's like Haley's comment. The comments were 100% in agreement with the original poster. Mm-hmm. So is it possible that the anti-maskers are dying off? That they are all
quite literally
getting Chuck Wooleried and turning over and changing their tune?
Well, you know what? I think when you clearly explain to people what's at stake, that the first fine is $750.
But to you, the owner.
Yes, to the owner of the business.
So you, the owner of the business, are going to super enforce it.
Yes, I am. Because
and if they fight back, they're going to lose.
Yeah, and they don't have to pay for that. They're not liable for that. The person who is my employee who lets somebody in without a mask on, they're not responsible.
Right.
It's the owner of the establishment that's responsible. So, yeah, I think once people start to understand that, that's a lot of money, and that's your first fee. It doubles after that.
Does it keep doubling and tripling?
I don't know. I mean, I guess if you have more than 2 violations, they're probably going to shut you down.
Yeah, well, now on WBAL, I saw they have a hotline that you can call to report.
Ooh, yeah, which is great.
You can narc?
Yeah, you can narc.
You can be a narc.
Yeah, wonderful. Just what we need. Yelp and a hotline.
Are you calling WBAL or are you calling the police?
You're calling a separate hotline that goes to, I think, maybe the police or the health department or something that you can report anonymously people who are breaking.
So, of course, there's going to be some malefactors that use it just to
but if you're not...
what percentage is going to be bullcrap?
Well, I guess always the case of this anonymous tips,
Yeah, I mean, probably 10% is probably going to be bullshit.
10?
You think more?
I feel like 80 is going to be
You think so?
and unenforceable.
I mean, Randy's just
I mean,
robo-dialing
okay,
right now.
so if you're calling though, and you're leaving a tip on this hotline, I think they actually have to like come to your establishment and inspect and see that you actually are violating. They're not just gonna.
and those people are gone. These people aren't social distancing. Please come out. And they dispersed already.
Well, yeah,
It's going to be hard
Yeah, well,
and difficult.
That's something that's come up as well, right?
Yeah.
We had a
But to the if there are any anti-maskers left, listen, if you don't like the mask, you're going to stay home. Now, that's not the government's guidelines. It's not Hogan telling you. This is now me telling you. You will stay home because I said so, and you will do what I say. I'm your daddy now. Okay, America?
wow.
Okay.
Randy, you're running for America's daddy.
I'm just declaring myself America's daddy.
I thought that was Tom Hanks.
Well,
That's
that's America's dad.
It's a very different thing.
Oh, I see.
Randy's got a different vibe. It says more like leather daddy.
Oh, I like that.
Okay. All right. Well, Randy's taking it on himself to do
Either or.
this.
Yep.
Cool. Thanks, Randy.
Yeah. Thanks, Randy. So then we had someone observing a summer camp, and they had a problem.
This is the other side of the coin completely. They observed at a sports complex. It looks like I'm going to read this because it sounds so ominous. I just went past a sports complex. Looks like a camp going on. And at least 30 adults and kids. Absolutely no social distancing or masks. I guess they all missed the messages about COVID-19 and ways to be safe.
Wow, that was a very nice dramatic reading.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I've been called a lesbian a few times, so I think I know what I'm doing.
Well, you do like women.
So again, and all of the comments went the other way and called her a Karen and called her trash. So
Yeah. I mean, outside's a little different, I guess, right?
it all depends on how you frame it. You giveth and taketh away.
Yeah. I mean, I also think that, again, like that angle is going to draw out the people who are fed up with it, right? Like it's going to so in the other direction.
Right. And of course, bring up the protests.
Yeah, but the protesters, I mean, I think they wore masks.
They did.
That's the ones I mostly, 95, 99, they were more masked than the common public at that period of time, during the peak of the protests, I think.
Right.
So I don't know that's a good comparison. But
We're
what does it matter? We don't need good comparisons on
We're
the
going to
internet.
get yelled at no matter what.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. We have our fans.
Some more than others.
Some more than others. So then we had, this is something I have a question about. We had like a grass clipping apocalypse where there's just grass clippings everywhere in Eldersburg.
That did look like.
Now the person said they
What
were.
happened
I think
there?
Here's the only takeaway. They said they were.
That's amazing.
I'm literally shaking right now.
Yeah, Eldersburg Online Community, our favorite racist group.
And they alleged that they almost lost control in their sedan.
Yes.
What kind of crappy car is she driving?
Well, it's pretty bad. I have to say that she has a point. This picture is pretty bad.
But hold on.
You can barely see road.
I mean, yeah, but have you ever heard or seen anyone lose control of a car due to grass clippings? You've lost control of a car
Are
due to
you
grass clippings?
kidding?
not due to grass clippings, but due to leaves, wet leaves.
Okay, that's different.
That's different.
Wet leaves are different. Those are dry grass clippings.
That looks like somebody hadn't actually cut their lawn or their field in a while.
It's
Looks
definitely
like they did it on purpose.
It's definitely bad.
It does kind of look like they did it on purpose.
Definitely bad, but I'm just saying, like, I just don't see how a car with dry grass clippings suddenly starts losing control unless you're not driving right or speeding.
Maybe it's one of those like Mini Coopers or something.
What do they describe the car as? A what?
Small sedan.
Small sedan. I mean, I don't know. This is the extreme of the grass clipping scale. This is the worst. This is the worst case of grass clippings in the road we've seen.
Yeah.
I just kind of assumed that behind her there's like a group of Harleys that were just dying in fiery infernos. Like just like a cartoon line of Harleys just like swerving off the road and exploding because of that level of grass.
Right. Do we make a Sturgis joke now?
Yeah. Well, I guess you just don't even need coronavirus. You got that road.
Yeah, and for those who, because this is a listening media, she posted a picture of the road, and it is really bad.
It is bad.
And the road ahead, if you look, like the road ahead of her gets even worse. It's like solid green.
But honestly, I mean, I think it looks like that might be a farm.
Oh, it's definitely a farm.
What is somebody supposed to do about that? Like, I mean, are they supposed to like try to blow that off the road or sweep it off?
Well,
Like,
you can aim the mower to blow back towards the.
you don't work with much farm machinery, do you, Randy?
I used to mow a golf course.
With a tractor?
Yeah,
You have to
Toro.
You have to get up with your leaf blower and do it.
I guess you would have to use a leaf blower in this situation because but then will it blow it all the way across the road? Like, I don't even know how somebody would fix that.
You
What
would
I'm
use
saying.
it. You'd have to like traverse traffic.
Just like sweeping
You have to use a leaf blower.
across the road.
But you also could like remediate the initial problem, of course, by pointing your lawnmower the other way. You just don't blow it into the road.
I mean, I guess that would be the right answer. But not all lawnmowers have devices on them or tractors that you can.
Control where they blow.
Yes.
That's what we're looking for.
That's what I was
Randy.
trying to say. Thank you.
What
Randy.
about the lawnmowers, though?
If anyone has any experience with losing control of a car due to dry grass clippings, let me know. Because I just haven't ever heard or seen that allegation. It's always been motorcycles, but we're escalating now and saying cars are in danger from
light
dry glass.
cars, yep.
It's going to be
light cars.
pedestrians next.
Maybe if you just weigh, maybe the issue is I'm a grown male and I just weigh enough to weigh down this car. Just like that's not a problem for me. But you put a little lady in there and suddenly the car just is careening
That's
off
what
the
she's
road.
a petite little lady in a tiny little car.
It's like
one
it's
of
a
those
clown car, but
little
it's just
clown
one,
cars.
with just a person in it. Okay.
Will I get punched if I make a woman driver joke?
Probably.
Not
Alright,
right now,
I
but
won't.
maybe later. Your family listens too. Keep in mind. Food line got rearranged.
Have you been there yet? Anybody been there yet?
Uh,
Was this
no,
Tawny
but-
Town or was it on the Tawny Town group?
It is, but
It's
they're all
Westminster.
getting rearranged. They're all getting remodeled.
So do you get your stabbings in a different part of the store now?
Yeah, you do.
They did this to the grocery store that I frequent a couple of months before the whole coronavirus thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Thoughts
I
and prayers.
still can't find anything. Well, and I'm one of those people. Well, actually, I might be the only person in the world who does this because I'm a crazy person. But when I make my list, I draw out a little diagram of the grocery store and I make my list according to where everything is in the store.
So you have a geographic list.
I do. I have a geographic list. So when they did this, all of a sudden, I was completely lost. And I've had to relearn the entire store. And I still don't know where there's stuff that I haven't been able to find. Still.
Have you asked someone?
Well, I don't want to talk to anybody. I've got a mask on and I don't want them to get near me.
Does Food Lion have, or not Food Lion, but does your local place have like a website where you can look up what aisle it is in?
They created a map, but it's sort of very vague.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's certain things I still can't find.
Look,
Maybe they discontinued
I'm just
them,
saying,
I'm not sure.
maybe it's you, not them. It's time for you to find a shop that fits you better.
I don't know.
You've outgrown them. Maybe, if you're going to learn a new store, you don't have to stay with them.
Well, and then they did this to me a couple of weeks ago at BJ's. I went in there and they completely flip-flopped a bunch of cases. And,
They moved all the protein stuff to the other side of the store.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
I'm still reeling from that.
And I don't, I'm lost, because again, I make that list. I'd make a geographical list. So
BJ's is very dynamic, though. They're always changing stuff around.
I don't like it. I can't find stuff.
Never get the same BJ's twice.
Well, that's all you can hope for, right?
And that's, I guess, variety is the spice of life.
Spices, where are they? Don't know. They got moved.
I could find those in that store, but I don't think I could find them in my other store. It's so
Safeway
confusing.
did that a few years ago, and man, that was like a nuclear bomb in the grocery store
Yeah.
realm.
It really messes with your mind. And I don't know, maybe it's a psychological thing. Maybe they do it so you'll spend more time in the store and you're not as efficient, and then you're forced to shop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure, but for people who make lists according to the store, which again, I may be the only person on earth who does that. I'm just, I don't have a lot of time.
We make
Gotta get stuff done.
we make categorized lists, so it's like you're
Kind of the same.
It's not laid out like the store, but it's like, here's your produce, here's your meat, here's your dairy, here's your other. But it's not as detailed as that, where it's like you might have a whole white space that's open because you don't need that part of the store.
Right, and I do, and I make a little map of the store on my.
I when we were at the beach, I revolutionized things by suggesting instead of the phone, we go back to writing on paper.
I love writing on paper.
I mean, that's the thing. I was like, this is probably going to be easier on paper. I felt like it was. And Randy's like shaking his head.
Okay, boomers.
well, also because I can read my handwriting. And I can't read the screen on my phone.
That's bizarre. I can't read my handwriting, but I can read my screen.
Oh, you don't have like the whole you need readers.
No,
thing?
I can't see far away. I can see up close.
Okay.
Man, being 30 is rough, guys.
It is so terrible to turn 30.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'll find out next year.
No, you turned 30 this year. Don't you remember? We had a big celebration. I turned 30
and if you're
next
31st,
year.
you're getting your massage.
Yep.
Didn't you say last week you had a way for you to get a massage?
Yes, I have one condition. I will get a massage on air, on camera, under one condition.
Okay, is this going to be PG? Are we going to be able to film
Yes,
this?
it's totally PG.
Okay, I don't know what you're going to say is your condition.
No, my one condition is you allow me to get general anesthesia. Then you can do your massage.
If you can get an anesthesiologist to give you general anesthesia for the purpose of a massage, then go for it.
It's expensive
definitely
as hell, but we can do it.
and unethical, but
We'll take it out of our funds.
What? Our massive account.
so would you wait twilight so you are awake, or you'll just be out?
Oh, out. At general anesthesia, I'm gone.
So
what would be the point in that?
can we do it? Can we for your funeral you get a massage too?
Sure, I don't care. By that point,
before rigor
do
mortis
whatever
sets
you want.
in?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, really.
I'll need it then.
Keep him limber.
Keep that blood flowing.
I also want the retrograde amnesia. That's a thing too.
What about if we just do like the Michael Jackson, give you like Porafol, whatever he took?
What? Michael Jackson
He was
put
taking
me on a camp and with
No.
fondled?
No.
Porafol, what
no.
was it called?
Yeah, I don't remember what the drug was called.
He was
but
taking on a regular basis
That's
what
why he
amounted to
died.
like a light anesthesia, and his personal doctor was just giving it to him which is like, can you imagine? I mean,
That's unethical.
yeah, I think that guy got his medical
I'm
license
pretty
revoked.
sure he did. Yeah.
But he lived a long time, just making his money as Michael Jackson's personal physician.
All right. Well, as long as I'm out cold, you guys can do it.
So what you're saying is,
But there's-
what if we sneak
yeah.
a masseuse in
There's
on you?
very little point.
I will defend myself.
No, I'm so relaxed.
What if you're like blackout drunk?
No, because then I'm gonna feel bad the next day. I'm gonna have a headache.
Oh, for God's sake.
I will if I get anesthesia also, so maybe it doesn't matter.
What if you just, instead of general anesthesia, you just get local anesthesia so you can't feel it?
I mean, is that
We can-
the
we
whole
can-
point? You
I'll
don't.
know it's happening.
No, what we'll do is we'll put a curtain up so it'll just be your head, and you won't be able to see the massage.
It'll
you're
be like
getting.
when you get a C-section, you know? Like,
Yeah, just
Yeah,
like
because I've had that before.
You may have seen one. I don't know.
Oh, you don't remember that, Randy?
I've not seen one either. Those aren't the kind of 4chans I watch.
Okay. So, Randy, your offer is appreciated, but not one that's
Oh,
practical.
Darn, are you turning me down?
I'm not turning you down. I'm just saying you got to do the homework.
Dang.
It's just not. Yeah, it's not practical for general anesthesia. It's going to have to be something that we can. It's got to be blackout drunk.
I'll work on it.
And I would be happy to help you get blackout drunk.
What if you, consent while intoxicated is not consent. We've learned that. So
No, but
You are a lawyer, so I guess we can't do it.
Well, can't he consent to
he can consent to the whole plan. I
the whole
guess.
plan?
but he's not going to. You're going to have to try to.
before he starts drinking.
I don't know. This is tough nut to crack, Randy Goldstein,
Yep.
but we'll figure it out.
Nothing good comes easy.
Last but not least, before our top 10, Walmart cart Mad Max.
Yeah, so there's a lot of unruly carts all over the place in Walmart.
Because they don't have the cart carousels or whatever
They're
they are.
short-staffed. They have the corrals.
They do? They have the corrals?
Yeah, they just don't have
Is
somebody
anybody
corralling
actually
them.
getting carts from the parking lot anymore, though?
Well, there's supposed to be a staff person who brings them in and wipes
Yeah,
them
you're.
down.
Yeah,
You're
I think they're
supposed to get them
short-staffed.
in the store.
Because somebody commented that they know somebody that's starting this weekend.
Is it a Tawny
do
Town
that.
Walmart?
No, it's the Westminster Walmart.
The Westminster.
Yeah, but there's a whole little policing culture around shopping carts.
Yeah, of course.
And I was talking to you guys about Glenn Danzig, the lead singer of Misfits, Saw Wayne. Is that how you pronounce it? Sam Hain.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, Danzig, famous American punk rock star. And he has a quote on the internet all about, it's very long, I'm not going
Is
to
it
read
attributable? Is it actually him?
I think so.
Okay.
But the thing is, he's saying that the putting a shopping cart back or not putting it back in a parking lot is the ultimate test of your character, because there's nothing stopping you.
Are you kidding me? I've totally said this before.
There's nothing stopping you.
Did Glenn Danzig steal it from you?
I think he did.
He probably said it to Lou Reed, and then Lou Reed said it to Danzig.
You know what? I told Lou. That's what it was.
So he's saying that there's nothing stopping you from leaving the cart out or putting it back. There's no disability so great that you can't put the cart back. It's
if you're using it in the first place.
It's also not illegal to leave it out. So it's really up to you, and that's the true test of who is a decent member of society.
It's are you upkeeping your end of the social contract?
Right, which I agree with. But my question is, why the hell is Glenn Danzig talking about this?
Maybe he goes shopping.
I don't know. I don't want to think about Glenn Danzig shopping.
He goes to the grocery store.
I want to hear
him rock.
Horror business. I want to hear Ride Sally Ride. I want to hear Texas is the reason. I don't want to hear shopping carts.
You just want him to be in a box and rolled out just to rock.
Now, Dennis is not part of the whole American punk rock lexicon, Sherri, like we are, but wouldn't you say this is more of a Henry Rollins issue?
I could totally
know who these
see
people are.
Henry Rollins taking up this issue. Yes.
Totally taking it up,
Yeah,
not Danzig.
Yeah,
Come on.
That's why
I mean,
that's why I was saying. Are you
I
sure
get
it's
it,
not
but
just
like
the internet rumor?
so Glenn's a little deeper than we thought he was. Maybe
That's disappointing.
I don't know.
I don't want morals or scruples. I want him to be the deliverer of Satan. That's what I want, and horror. That's it. Just do that.
Is that what you think of when you think of the Misfits and Danzig? You think of Satan and
No.
horror?
Not Satan. No, not Satan, but horror, definitely.
Horror, sure, but not Satan necessarily.
You take the Ramones, you add horror, that's the Misfits.
Yeah, that's a good.
You guys have a lot of knowledge of this era of music for 30-year-olds.
I know. Well, you know,
I got lots of tapes of this stuff.
tapes.
Now, there's a group, either a group or a page on Facebook called Cart Narcs. And I know of some people who love this. It's a guy who just walks around parking lots with his camera, and when he catches somebody leaving a cart out, he'll go, whoa, 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 what are you doing? Excuse me, you forgot the cart. Some people will go, all right, you got me, and put it away. Other people will come running after him. They'll knock the phone out of his hand. They'll beat him up. But this guy is like a one-man, and maybe there's more of them. But all they are, you're looking.
He gets beaten up over.
He has gotten chased. Yeah.
Does he just not have a day job, or
I don't
Does
think
he not
so.
have a spine?
But him? He definitely has a spine.
Well, if he got beat up over it,
He doesn't sound like a very tough guy. He sounds like a skinny, nerdy guy. I don't know, but
I'll get my ass beat on this.
he
thing.
is obsessed.
I'll die on this hill of
Yeah,
cards.
yeah.
Okay.
He is obsessed with finding people leaving carts out.
I
and
definitely
correcting them.
would never call somebody out on that, but I would totally judge them silently.
There needs to be somebody who does that for cigarette butts too.
Oh
Who
yeah.
flicks them out their window.
Oh,
Don't you hate that?
have you ever had somebody flick a cigarette butt out their car window and then it jets into your car behind them?
No.
No.
Oh my gosh, I had that happen once and like burned a hole in my clothes.
Did you chase them down?
No, I wasn't driving.
Oh, okay.
Definitely gotten their license and called the cops.
Ah,
Assault.
whatever.
Okay.
I was probably drunk.
What, did the day end in Y?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Top 10 time?
Is that all our material?
Top 10 time.
Is it top 10 time?
By the way, thank you, Carroll County. You've really come through. You were really slacking there for several weeks during COVID.
I think it's going to get more interesting before it gets less interesting.
I can't wait.
Okay. Let's hear it.
So these are the top 10 reasons why the Taco Bell was closed.
Okay.
Okay. Number 10, QAnon found them on Epstein's flight log. So they had to close.
Okay.
Number 9, there were Walmart shopping carts blocking the entrance.
It's that bad over there. It's stretched
spilling
all the way down 140.
It's going to get to Reisterstown soon enough.
So Glenn Danzig has to, make an entrance. Mm-hmm. Number 8, anti-maskers. That's why they're closed. Mm-hmm. Number 7.
Stay home, because I said so.
Number 7, it's closed because Danzig needed it for a live show.
There we go.
Number 6, grass clippings in the parking lot.
Of course. Of course. I'm literally shaking.
Literally shaking. Number 5, liberals.
That's it? Just liberals?
No, that's fine.
I think that's a really reasonable explanation.
Number 4, they got redirected Chick-fil-A orders because the new parking lot pattern was that hard to understand.
Now, I hate to interrupt you, but if the So if Food Lion is getting redirected and reconfigured and the parking lot is getting reconfigured, that's just a labyrinth of terror, it seems like. I mean, people, I think, have gone to that parking lot and have not come out.
There might be some people lost in that parking lot right now.
And considering the general unsavoriness of some of those places, I mean, you just might not expect people to come out of there.
Right.
What else is unsavory?
Randy's always jokes that the Food Line's a risky
Well,
place to be.
I know the Food Line, but are there other establishments that we should avoid over
There's like the random homeless person assaulting people a few months back.
Yelling at people,
Oh,
yeah.
that's right. The window licker, right? Wasn't there like a guy who was like
Licking windows?
Wasn't he?
Or was that
He was beating on him. I don't know if he was licking
Oh, I
them.
thought he was licking windows.
There's also the donut fingerer, but that was a different place.
No,
that was the
yeah.
Shoppers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Shoppers, you'll get hit on by hookers. So,
In the good old days. But they're probably practicing good social distancing now.
of course.
How do you do that as a hooker?
Maybe you do it through a sheet like the Hasids do.
I bet you that's what they do.
That would work. No, you're still touching, though.
Mm-hmm. You're wearing a lot of protection. Anyway.
Number 3, pro maskers.
Yeah.
Mm.
So they had
They had a little tussle.
Giveth
They
and
did.
taketh away.
Number 2, the management team of Taco Bell was lost in the Food Lion.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, you didn't even
They were getting their supplies.
Yeah.
And the number 1 reason why the Taco Bell was closed this week in Westminster, they surrendered to the Buffalo Wild Wings ex-employee as a preemptive maneuver.
There you go.
France.
Oh my gosh. Dun, 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 dun. Anything else?
I don't think so.
I think we're good for this week.
I don't know if we're good, but we're done. I'm Dennis.
I'm Randy.
I'm Sherri.
See you later.